In case you've been living under a rock, this really small Marvel movie came out this past weekend ish. It's kind of a big deal. Me and all my friends went to see it. Not these guys over here to my right.
Jesus Christ.
but we, but we went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. A couple of people have watched it a couple of times. I'm sure you guys have. Before we get into all of the maximum effort and all that goodness, let me introduce the guys live from the man cave. It's Kalo, K, the mama one of God. Leo, what's going on?
Oh, I'm gonna roll some shit today.
Oh boy, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Big Chase, what's happening?
Suck it, Fox. I'm going to Disneyland.
Deep in the heart of Texas, man. Listen, it's Wendeezy. What's happening?
I'm soaking wet right now. Let's go.
And I, of course, am your man in the chair, Aaron. Popcorn buckets aside and all that good stuff. This movie was something. I'm just going to give you all a heads up now. This is a spoiler review. If you have not watched the movie yet, we're not doing our spoiler-free section. We're just going to jump right into it because it's already Monday. We're already behind, and we got to get going with this. If you haven't seen it, you're behind. So we're going to go straight into spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, click off. Come back, join us on Thursday. We'll be talking about the movie all week, I'm sure. But I'm just letting you know we're going to get right into spoilers. So I guess, gentlemen, let's just start at the very beginning because the beginning of the movie is being talked about a lot. What did we think about Ryan Reynolds opening up to NSYNC's Bye 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 with Logan's corpse?
Okay, so the desecration. No, I'm so sorry. This shit was absolutely phenomenally funny. It's something he would definitely do because, well, he's Logan. He's fucking Deadpool. That's what he does. It's like it's that.
Yeah.
What am I gonna tell you about that? I thought it was dope. I couldn't understand certain things, like how'd you get the claws to pop, but whatever. It was still hilarious for me. I don't give a shit. And he was killing those fucking dance moves like he wanted to be in that video back in the day or something.
Yeah, a little sound. I mean, the crazy thing is, like, I've never really been a Deadpool fan. I liked him, but I never was like a fan. But even I gotta admit that this fucking movie was dope. The opener where he's fucking doing the NSYNC shit is just classic fucking Deadpool. It's just what I wasn't even like, yo, why is he doing this? I'm like, this is exactly what he fucking does.
Yep, I agree. At first I was kind of like, I wish that he. At first, I kind of wish he didn't do the whole song, but I understood why he did it afterwards. I was like, it was a little lengthy, like we didn't have to do the whole song, but it was the intro to the movie. It's kind of a classic Deadpool type of thing. I get it. So like afterwards, I was like, all right, cool. And then like to Wendell's point, at first I was kind of like, well, we're desecrating Logan here, but at the same point in time, like, Hugh Jackman's in the movie, so like it is what it is. It's not like you replaced Hugh Jackman, so of course, you know, doing that and saying like, hey, we're bringing this guy back is kind of a funny way to do it, if you will. I mean, obviously, people are gonna feel a certain way. Some people are gonna feel a certain way. I thought it was funny. Leo, how'd you feel about them digging up your boy, bro, with adamantium in the grave?
First off, it was fucking awesome. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. Fuck it. If you're gonna say fuck Fox, you're gonna do it you're gonna fuck Fox all the way. You ain't gonna do it halfway. You're gonna do it half.
Yeah.
But you're gonna, and the parts that he was in the fucking human body, and then he gone on and used every single one of them.
207 if he's watching Gossip Girl.
207. Yeah, wait.
Yes.
When he hit my man, I was like, this fucking guy is so, like, I was like, yo, only Deadpool, man. Only fucking Deadpool could do some stupid shit like that and get away with it.
But the thing is that also with he did the whole nunchuck thing and going back and forth. I was like, yo, you got a lot of blood in the first movie.
You're transforming on us, bro. Transforming on us
again,
a little bit, going in and out. Mm-hmm.
All right,
you're going a little bit in and out. All right. Anyway, we'll continue. We'll let Leo jump back in here. But what's it called? Right. So
get together, Peanut.
The McDonald's Wi-Fi. God damn it. Yeah. So anyway, and then we start to get into the movie, obviously, and we learn that we see that Deadpool's kind of had a little bit of a rough going after Deadpool 2, and he made all those resets, and apparently things didn't go so smooth with him and Vanessa and all this stuff, and now he's selling used cars and he's stapling wigs to his head and shit. Chase your muted. Get it. We need that T-shirt.
Merch coming soon. So you like how I segued that? Listen, again, just more classic Deadpool shit. Because who the fuck staples a wig into their fucking skull? only fucking Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Only fucking Deadpool. I mean, dude, even I would go fucking off into the fucking netherworld to fucking say he's selling fucking minivans, used minivans. Like you hit the bottom of the bottom, like you right there with fucking Hoover vacuum cleaners, dude. Like
I just want to know like what Honda Odyssey pissed off Ryan Reynolds so bad. My man was hating on the Odyssey.
Yeah, he was hating hard, wasn't he?
I mean, he was.
He was, and then he wasn't.
Then he found out.
I also love how all the stuff throughout the movie at one point in time, if it came up, like it was then referenced later on in the movie. Like as I pointed out, like he's stapling a wig to his head throughout the thing, and then like later on in the movie, like Wolverine sees a staple in his head and is like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, I wear a hairpiece. Nobody knows about it." And Wolverine's like, "Everybody knows." I was like, "Yo, this shit is so stupid, bro." I have to give it kudos. I will skip around a little bit here and there, but I do have to say like. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds banter on camera. You can tell that they are friends.
Absolutely.
You can tell they are friends off camera. Like they are hilarious together. Their on-screen presence with the two of them, even with Wolverine, like being as pissed off as he was. That version of Logan that we saw, that was like the worst version of Logan, the worst version of Wolverine. Like it was so funny to see their chemistry on camera together. Like I don't know.
Because they're at home doing. Listen, that means when they're together, and there's no fucking camera, they're just doing that shit back and forth. When you to the point where you just automatically know where the other person's going, and you just fucking go there. When you get that chemistry in front of a camera lens, it's fucking magic.
I only want to see people who are those close friends do movies from now
on. Right? Seriously though, that's what I said. Leo, I think you are good now. I'm pretty sure. Go ahead, give us a little.
Not Transformer no more?
Not Transformer no more. You're good.
Oh, thank you. Jesus. Goddamn McDonald's.
Goddamn McDonald's Wi-Fi.
But yeah, though, what part are we at?
We're just jumping around. All I said was that like you can really tell Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds have such chemistry on and off screen. Like how they everything flowed so well in the movie when the two of them were on screen together. It was crazy. Like
when they met 15 years ago, Hugh was talking about that interview that they had.
Yeah.
And they were like, they started talking. They was like, "Hey, I'm into it since the first movie." I was like, "Oh, wow. Okay. I need to see this." Then they became friends, and they were friends before that, and they started talking about it, and hey, it happened. Well, their interview on Hot Ones, you got to watch that.
They're hilarious.
I've seen every Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman thing that I saw when they had all the puppies. I saw Hot Ones. Yeah. I saw E. I saw the lie detector test.
You saw Good Morning America?
I saw Good Morning America. I saw all of it, bro. Right. I was like, yo, these two are hilarious together. I can't even. Ryan Reynolds is as big of a clown off screen as he is on screen.
Oh yeah,
that's a really good friendship.
It is.
Even during the movie, he even made fun of him for getting a divorce. Like he was like, he really let himself go since the divorce. I was like, oh my god, personal. Okay, but I guess so.
Only your friends can say shit
exactly.
Like
that.
Only your friends can say shit like that.
Only your friends can say shit like that.
That's how you know you're with somebody cool.
100%. So obviously we get a little more into the plot. Deadpool is Deadpool's life is not going so well post Deadpool 2. He's selling cars, blah blah blah, and then he went back and reset the timelines, brought Vanessa back, killed himself before he took the Green Lantern script, yada yada yada, all this stuff, and now all the present day Deadpool is not so happy, and then he's having his birthday at his house.
Wait,
go ahead. Sorry, am I skipping around too much? My bad.
Skip the freaking Avengers interview, bro.
Oh, you're right. You're right. The Avengers interview.
Bro.
That's true. I forgot about the
Boy,
Avengers
he
interview.
made so much fun of Happy Hogan in that fucking part.
Dude, what's your superpower? Parallel parking? What?
Yeah.
Shame on you, buddy.
And it looked like Happy. He wasn't ready for that fucking. He wasn't ready for that line at all.
He definitely wasn't ready for him to walk in there, bro. He definitely wasn't. He caught him completely off guard.
Yeah, no, but I think he went off script with that one.
Mm.
I think because he looked like he got pissed off. He was like, "What is your superpower? Parallel parking?" That was like, he looked like, "What the fuck?"
No, that's just what he do. But I mean, I thought that was interesting. All the stuff in the room, I thought was interesting.
A lot of Iron Man stuff floating around.
Well,
too.
I mean, yeah, like the little kid, that little kid's Iron Man mask.
Yep.
And then behind that mask was a picture of him and Spider-Man, but they had to block the Spider-Man part.
They can't use his likeness in the movie.
Can't use him.
Yeah.
He had the freaking suitcase that he used.
Oh, yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2.
This guy. Look at him.
Why does he have so much damn memorabilia too? And also the cap shield.
He had the shield in there. Everything that belonged to Tony is in there for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this was supposed to be. This was pre-Endgame.
It has to be pre-Endgame.
It was pre-Endgame.
It has to be pre-Endgame. Yeah.
100%. And that's what I thought it was cool. But just looking at that room, like all this shit that was in there, and then their just conversation was ridiculous. Like, aren't you his chauffeur?
It had to be pre-Endgame because he said the big guy doesn't do interviews like that anymore.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. He was like, aim for the middle. He was like, you got to find where you fit in. He's like, I found my place. You find yours. He dropped his hand. Come on, don't do him like that. He's the merc with a mouth.
We're standing up now. Yeah, we're standing up now. This is the standing up part.
Yeah, you're standing up and getting the fuck out of here.
And then the motherfucker said, "Oh, I want to go to fucking In-N-Out or some shit like that." Take me to In-N-Out for some burgers.
Was it In-N-Out?
Was it
In-N-Out? Yeah.
Get a burger.
Yeah, In-N-Out.
Now we can go ahead to the birthday.
So we get to the birthday party, and obviously, we see Deadpool and Vanessa, Wade and Vanessa are not together anymore, but yet he's still friends with Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead and all these people, and like the dude from the bar, and who else was that? I feel like Al was there. Obviously, he's sharing a bed with Al. We find out later in the movie.
Yeah.
Al was great comedic relief in this movie.
I love that.
Blind Al is hilarious, bro.
Hilarious.
Oh God!
And then at his birthday party, the TVA comes knocking on the door, and we find out that we find out about Disney and pegging, and
I love the wink. The wink was just so right there.
Yeah, he's like, just so you know, I'm not new to pegging, and we're gonna go right down the hallway here. I'm like, yeah, wild as hell, man.
And then he told them, you guys must be the strippers. I will. Okay, you guys have the cop uniforms. I don't want you to look me in the eye. I don't want you to look me.
No. You said they're going to look me in the eye.
I want you to look me in the eye. Yeah. Seriously, look me in the eye. But you back there, especially you, not you. You. I can't see your eyes through the mask, but I like it. I was like, God damn.
So
angry. Let's get angry.
So then the TVA takes him. I'm trying to recall the movie, line for line if I can, but TVA takes him. They didn't prune him at that point, did they? No, they just took him. They didn't prune him. They took him.
What's his name prunes him later, though?
He prunes him later. That's right. They took him, and that version of Deadpool, Wade, who's retired at this point in time from the superhero thing after being denied by the Avengers, he's told that his timeline is dying. And it happened basically because his version of Wolverine, aka Logan, is dead. So because of that, and he what did he call him? The anchor being? Yeah, the anchor being. Logan was the anchor being that died, and because of that, his timeline is dying. So now Deadpool is tasked with going and finding. I think he tasked himself. He wasn't tasked. He technically tasked himself with going to find another Wolverine to fix his timeline. Right?
Oh wait, we're skipping a part where he gets his suit.
He gets his new suit.
I can't even go into that. That was just.
When he gets fitted for his suit, Dude, my man had so many crotch grabs and ass smacks. It was
way too many.
Yes.
It was way too many. I almost counted them. The next time I watch the movie, I'm going to count it.
But that's a Deadpool trait. Every day it's him smacking his ass and grabbing his crotch.
He wasn't smacking his ass and grabbing his crotch.
Oh, the guy.
It was the
guy.
tailor.
The tailor. Yeah. And then he walks up and goes, "Your tailor's a little bit of a perv."
Your tailor's a predator.
Your tailor's a predator.
Your tailor's a bit of a predator. I like it.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Sweet.
Oh, and then he talks to the guy on the bottom when he comes out and he does a split, and he talks to the guy on the bottom of the. He was like, he likes it. I can see that he likes it. I'm like, God damn, Deadpool, how did you see behind your head?
My man said, "Who are you calling? Your wife? HR. Your wife works in HR?" I was like, "No, bro."
Right? Yeah, he's so quick with his he's so quick with the quips and all that. It's hilarious. I also love the little touch that when we're getting that, they also make it known that his swords are now adamantium.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's so happy about that.
I was like, that was a nice little touch that they said, "Oh, your swords are also adamantium, by the way." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so he's gonna be able to fight with Wolverine because
but the thing is, it's always been adamantium. They couldn't use adamantium. They couldn't use adamantium.
Yeah, it wasn't real yet.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Oh man, so Wolverine takes it upon himself to go find himself a Logan, and then we cut back to the scene of everything that happened at the grave desecration, and we jump around to him going and finding all these different variants of Wolverine.
Can we talk about my favorite variants?
Well, which one are we gonna talk? Well, first off, we're gonna talk about anatomically correct Wolverine right off the jump.
That's my favorite one.
My man jumped off the stool, and I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
It was like Shirt King. Shirt King. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh God.
Shirt King. I loved it. But did you notice that he was like significantly more hairy?
Uh-huh.
And it was just 5'3". It was
they literally. I think if I go back and watch it again, which I'm still going to, it looked like they just shrunk his legs like all the way down to nothing. Basically, I think.
Yeah,
I couldn't really, I couldn't really tell if they
along those lines, but
yeah,
it was hilarious. That was a good one.
It was funny because we got that funny moment right off the bat, and then we jumped to some fucking epic craziness where you're like, "What the fuck?" Because I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't remember them in order, but
I do.
We saw. I think the next one was brown suit or patch. Suit. No. What was the order?
No.
You have the
next
order?
Next one was Weapon X.
The next one was Weapon X. You are right. The next one was the Weapon X Wolverine.
Walking up on Patch.
Right. That's what it was. They kept going back and forth.
He started walking up on Patch. He started walking up on Cavalry. Then he saw John Bryan. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then he saw the brown suit. You got the schnick with the freaking Hulk face.
Yeah.
Comic book cover, just so you know.
Yep. Comic book cover.
Pretty much all of them were comic book covers except for the Weapon X.
Except for Weapon X. Yeah. I couldn't tell which version of Hulk it was, or if it was just a CGI.
That was just
Hulk
Green
for
Hulk.
That thing. It was just a Green Hulk. Okay.
But I think he was doing. I think it was Ruffalo's because
I thought it was Ruffalo's at first glance too.
It is
because he did that Loki line to him.
You
dull creature!
You dull creature! I forgot he said that line about the dull creature.
Jesus.
Marvel Jesus.
Wait! I gotta say something. So all you people that posted on the internet and you walked out 25 minutes in, if you watch this podcast, I warned you: do not go into a Deadpool movie not knowing what it is.
They walked out 25 minutes in. Why? Because they didn't like
the Deadpool. No, they didn't like the Deadpool Jesus and making fun of Jesus and something like that.
Oh my God!
People were
walking Marvel Jesus. No,
they didn't like Marvel Jesus, so they thought that they were making fun of Jesus and all this other stuff. And people online have been posting it all over on TikTok.
Oh God!
That I've seen it, and I'm like,
that's crazy.
And I'm like, I was like, come on, man! If you guys are taking a Deadpool movie serious, there's something literally fucking wrong with you.
First of all, you should know what you're getting into walking into Deadpool movie right off the rip. Number one, if you walked in there blind and didn't know what was coming, you got what you fucking deserve. And I hope you wasted money on $100 worth of bucket shit too.
Hey.
You deserve it. Like, bro, listen, I keep saying it. Just because they're cartoon characters on the screen does not mean that it's a cartoon. It's not for all audiences. Yes, Marvel tries to make very general movies that everybody can watch. This ain't one of them.
No, it's not.
And you
the first R-rated movie.
Yeah, you should have went and saw Deadpool 1 or 2 at least, so you knew what to expect when you walked in there. So if you just went there like, oh, some cartoon shit, you got what you fucking deserve.
I also, before we move away from all of the Wolverines that we're seeing, I did like, I don't know if Marvel actually plans on recasting Wolverine. I don't know if Henry Cavill's really in consideration for that, if he wants that, whatever. But I did love Deadpool's line of, "We'll treat you better than those guys down the street did," before he fucking punched him. I was dying, bro. I was like, this motherfucker, man.
Just feels right.
The one thing I love about this movie is that he hit everything people had to say about Marvel, about Fox, about X-Men, anything that we have criticized in the last 5 years was in this fucking movie, bro.
Ryan Reynolds pulled no punches. He pulled no punches towards anybody. He was like, fuck it. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it. No,
this is the only movie I'm going to get. I'm going to go out the way I want to go out.
Everybody's getting a piece of the smoke.
I also do have to say, obviously, if you watch our podcast, you know how I feel about how I would like a more... I love Hugh Jackman. I don't know if anybody will ever play the role the same way again. I'm on record of saying if they're going to do it again, I'd like an anatomically correct Wolverine. But goddamn, Henry Cavill looked pretty cool as fucking Wolverine. He looked cool as shit. He gave you the little gun. He gave me the little, and then my man rocked his ass back through that portal. I was like, oh shit, that was pretty dope, actually. I don't know if he'd do it. I don't really know if he would do it long term.
My man said, you're leaving now.
Yeah, he said, yeah, you're leaving now. I was like, goddamn.
Dude, the way he looked. The way he looked in the Wolverine getup.
Well, he had the tank top on, which I was like, "You're gonna put this dude in a goddamn tank top?" His back was huge. Pause on my part, but goddamn, I was like, "Yo, that's fucking crazy." I was like, "Yo, he looked swole as shit." I was like, "That's fucking nuts."
I was extremely pleased to see that it was Hugh Jackman in every iteration, with the exception of that one. So I'm glad that it didn't. Have a whole bunch of different people, trying to pull off a Wolverine. So I was happy that was what it was.
At least it was only one.
The Marvel Jesus thing, the Messiah, all of that. Wait, he was doing
you're going in and out.
Watch out. Come up to the mic.
I'm back. No, well, I did that earlier and everybody got mad at me.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Marvel Jesus is a jab. That is a jab at a certain somebody. Because he said that line. He said the power in the MCU is going to change forever. It sounded like someone who was making a lot of big talk about, the hierarchy over it, don't care changing forever. And I didn't make good on their promise. So that's where he just kept talking about, oh, yeah, he's Marvel Jesus. Like, I'm coming in. I'm going to save everything because there was somebody else, the Block, who said that that's what they wanted to do. And that's what they were going to do. So, if you couldn't understand that he was joking, kick rocks, you bastards.
Yeah, it's the truth, but this is what people don't. And these are adults doing this shit. So I'm like, really?
Dummies.
Yeah, listen. Some people are just very sensitive about that, and all the more reason why, if you're that sensitive, your ass should have known when you walked in here what you might get.
If you can't take a joke, keep your dumb ass home.
This is not friends, bro.
So I don't think we have to like sum up the whole plot necessarily. So I'm gonna skip around a little bit and stuff.
Talk about the good stuff.
So obviously at that point we see all the Wolverine variants, and then finally Deadpool encounters the worst version of Wolverine that he could find in a bar. And I do just want to point out one of the funniest lines to me was, "Whiskey Dick the Claws happens to Wolverines over 40." I was like, this motherfucker again.
Oh, wait, we forgot a Wolverine too. We got Old Man Logan.
Oh yeah,
I forgot we got Old Man Logan with the shotgun. With the shotgun
one to the chest, bro. Just one time. Woof, hold that.
It's a good thing Deadpool's healing factor still works. Because goddamn.
Why do you say we need to get some coconut oil on this one?
When he said that, I was like, "Oh, he's not gonna like that."
That's what happens to you, Dad.
I did like the fact that right from the very beginning, like that whole scene in the bar, Deadpool's threatening that version of Logan, puts a gun to his head, and that version of Logan just stands up and like puts the gun close to his. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead, do it. Go ahead. What do you got? Go ahead, bro, do it. What do you?"
Wait. My man went and got his joint and just started drinking.
He drank the whole bottle.
The whole damn thing.
Yo, in fairness, that version of Wolverine drank the whole fucking movie. The entire movie he was
my
drinking.
kind of fucking Wolverine, goddammit.
He drank rubbing alcohol.
He drank rubbing alcohol.
Deadpool was like, yeah, fuck that liver.
Fuck that liver. Agreed.
Oh my god.
Oh man. So then we get that version of Wolverine. There's a scene back at the TVA. I'm gonna skip around a little bit, not gonna go back and forth. And then this version of Wolverine and Deadpool end up in the void. They end up in the void and they encounter a lot of goddamn people in the void. Oh. Everybody you can fucking think of is in the void. The first person they encounter is Chris Evans. And everybody thinks that it's goddamn Captain America. He's even got blue, red, and white things on his arms, and I'm like, oh wait, it's a version of Cap. And then the line where Deadpool fucking goes, oh, he's gonna say it, and he goes, flame on. I was like, this motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here like everybody else, like, oh fuck, they got Cap in here. And then he fucking starts cursing, and I'm like, okay, that's not Captain America.
Dick for brains.
I'm like, that's not Captain America.
Oh man, yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, but we skipped the part too. Why is Thor crying?
Why is Thor crying?
Oh no, he was holding him. He was holding him.
I swear, if at some point in the future there is a scene of Thor holding Deadpool and crying, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Just so you know,
they have to make good on that.
Yeah, I expect it. They cannot pass that over at this point.
Imagine that shit happens in like Secret Wars or some stupid shit like that. Where Thor's holding Deadpool.
I expect it. Crazy, I absolutely expect it. They cannot pass it over, bro.
So that's in a distant future. Get it off. Get off the screen.
Get off the screen.
He was get off the screen. Get off the screen. I was like, hey, come the fuck on, man. Let me see that.
And I like how he's like, he held on to that for the whole movie. Like every time he woke up out of his sleep, Cassandra,
like Thor.
It's at that point that so once we see Captain America's version of Doppelganger as Johnny Blaze from the not Johnny Blaze, Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. Sorry, my bad. Then we run into a bunch of the old X-Men villains, a bunch of them. Toad, freaking Pyro, who that controversial. That whole thing with Pyro and Johnny. I was like, I don't know if that would really happen, but I'm gonna let it go because it's a movie, so it is what it is. I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna let it go because it is what it is. It's for the moment. I understand.
You gotta realize one thing: Johnny's been in there longer than Storm. I mean, longer than Toad.
Yes.
So you talking about Johnny Storm is a Omega level fucking threat.
Mm-hmm. That's my point. As I was kind of like, that seems a little, but. Again, I let it go. It's a movie. They did what they had to do. I understood why it went with the plot. It wouldn't have made sense if forward. I was gonna say it wouldn't have made sense if he was that strong. And then we get a fight between Tyler Mane's Sabretooth and Wolverine. It's not really a fight, to be honest with you.
I absolutely called this on the podcast. I said this is what would happen, and I'm pissed off about it.
I was surprised it was over that quickly. I was not that I'm mad. Not that I'm mad.
What do you expect?
Because I thought it would actually be a fight.
I thought it'd be a fight.
Nah. You got Logan. You got Wolverine. You ain't got no pussy foot Logan.
But he's the worst one.
He is the worst one.
He was the worst.
He still has adamantium, bro. You want adamantium versus nothing.
One slice, bro? One slice?
They have
One slice is crazy.
Hey, bro, he bobbed when he should have weaved. He bobbed when he should have weaved.
I mean, I feel for the brother, but I mean, it is what it is. Like my man was like, man. What is it, Timmy? Is there trouble down by the well?
Is this your king? I was like, what the fuck?
Furiosa. I have your queen.
I have your queen. What the fuck? I was like, oh my god. But yeah, I love the whole timeout scene and all that stuff. People have been waiting for this for 20 years. You look ridiculous. He just starts taking all this shit out of him. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, you know what? I'm really stupid. I actually forgot to mention another one of my favorite parts. Well, I'm going to forget the fucking bar word for word, but what did he say? Time to get your special sock, nerds.
Oh, yeah. This going to get good.
I was like, this going to get good. I was like, oh, shit.
Which I think that was probably the best fight.
I like the van fight. I like the van fight a lot.
Okay.
I like the van fight a lot.
Yeah, the van fight, yeah.
I thought the van fight was really good. I do. You know what though? I'm gonna once again. I'm gonna say it a lot throughout our time talking about this. I'm gonna give Hugh Jackman some fucking props here. Hugh Jackman is this is not an ageist thing. Hugh Jackman is 56, 57 years old, however old he is.
Like 55.
What 55? My man was able to do the fucking. He's on the ground, crawl like legit Wolverine shit at his age, and I'm like, and still look good doing it. And I'm like. That motherfucker he's built a little different than the rest of us. You know what I mean? Like he's just a different beast.
Yeah, because they do this until he's 90.
Yeah, they might make him. They might make him. To be honest with you, I was like, yo, this dude. I mean, I know a lot of it's CGI and blah blah blah, but he's still, he's doing some of that.
But
stuff.
The man, but Feige did say that he doesn't see anybody else picking up them claws in the foreseeable future.
I can't. We're gonna get into that. Probably at some other point in time. Maybe we're gonna talk about this a bunch this week. At this point,
of course we are.
But at that point, so obviously we run into the Fox X-Men. They end up capturing that version of Logan, Deadpool. They have Johnny Storm as well. They're bringing them all over to who we found out is Cassandra Nova, who is
long fingers.
Yeah, she's a mildly disturbing character, to be
mildly.
Honest. She's the whole fingers and the brain thing. It was really fucking weird. I mean, it was Doctor Strange weird.
But my thing was, why were her fingers so friggin' long?
I think that was the point.
Oh my god! Like her nail beds were like this long. I was like, yeah, that's disgusting.
Oh man, you know what I will say though. Again, I'm not trying to call out the plot of Wolverine and Deadpool by any means, because I understand plots have to move along. But in various versions of the comics, I believe Charles Xavier has also gotten into Deadpool's head, and it was so fucked up in there he ended up dying. So I'm just saying, I mean, in fairness, I don't know how fucked up Cassandra Nova is, but she was all up in Deadpool's medulla oblongata for a while. So
the reason why Charles got away is because he supposedly killed her in the comics.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he didn't know that he killed her, but they threw the TVA saved her and threw her in the void because she was going to live and change the timeline so drastically and destroy everything. So they threw her in the void as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep. No, listen, I got it. I understood. I'm not going to hate on. Listen, I've said this all along. Ranking this movie was going to be difficult. I knew going into it was going to be a Deadpool movie. Deadpool movies are not exactly known for their plot. It's more for the comedy and the action and this, that, and the other thing. And I still do think this had, quote unquote, plot holes in it and things felt a little rushed. Even though it was a 2-hour movie, things still felt a little rushed. But it was how many characters you threw into such a big blockbuster movie, right? So it was bound to happen. I did think they did a good job giving everybody their shine, giving everybody a little bit of, and we're getting into more stuff and cameos and stuff like that as we go along here. But like, I think they did a good job, and I think the movie's getting knocked, especially by critics, a little too much for what it actually did. But you know what I mean? Like, there's just different people are going to think differently about it. If you don't like Deadpool, you're not going to like this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't know why people didn't think that it was going to be different because it was Hugh Jackman in it. Still Deadpool at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But overall, Cassandra Nova as a villain,
it was his name first on the credit.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you 100%. But overall, I thought Cassandra Nova was pretty good. She wasn't in the movie very long, if you really think about it. She was only in the movie for a limited amount of time, and still had a pretty decent impact, all things considered. You know,
what she had to do.
She did what she had to do, type of thing. But again, that comes with having all these characters in here and all this, that, and the other thing. I'm gonna skip around a little bit. Again, I don't think we really have to go over everything, but I'm just gonna start rattling off fucking cameos here, and we could go.
Wait.
You want to go? Go ahead, go. Do
Before we even we just got. First of all, we gotta talk about my dude. So first of all, They end up in this hut, this little cave area.
Oh, well.
And we all sitting there in our chairs like, who's coming in?
But wait. Well, yeah, let's talk about that. We can talk about the van in a minute. Go ahead.
Elektra.
Let's skip around.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
Jennifer Gardner.
And then,
oof, one of the baddest motherfuckers.
who is that? Blade? Wesley Snipes' Blade is here? Holy shit. Everybody in the theater lost their fucking mind. Everybody. Like, first of all, he's aged. He got the little gray in his beard.
The gray beard, little gray.
He got the little gray in his beard, his head. Yo, everybody's losing their fucking mind. Yo, shout out to Wesley Snipes. Good. You look good. We all said we didn't think that he was going to be able to be in that suit and look as good as he did, but he did. We was wrong. We admit it. Wesley Snipes looked great. He did his thing. He looked great in there. The fight scene with him was out of control. It whatnot. Classic Blade fighting.
But the bars, though, you gotta talk about that bar, though.
I was about
my
to
man
say,
said, my man was like, I don't like you. I never did. I was like, holy shit, just call it all out. Throw it all out there.
Wait, not only that, but at one point when they're driving up to go back to Cassandra Nova's base, he says, "There's only gonna be one blade," and I was like, "Oh shit! There's only gonna be one blade."
And you see how he looked at the camera like he was like,
well, yo, Deadpool looked at the camera like, yeah, about that.
About that. I mean, look, man. At this point, to Chase's point, like I really didn't think he had it in him.
Microphone.
He still looked pretty alright, bro. Like, and they put on like the old man wig on him, so he had hair on the side of his head.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of almost think that he might still be able to pull that shit off. Like I think he still might be able to do it.
The suit looked great.
We can okay. Let me. I'll say this quickly because this is a Deadpool and Wolverine discussion. I feel like this is a topic we could actually pick back up on Thursday. Okay. I think if Blade was going to be the script that people were talking about originally, I don't know what the original plot points of Blade, but if they were going to do a thing where they were going to do a Blade and then transition over to Blade's daughter, they could pull that off with Wesley because of how long they would need him to play the role for, versus having a new Blade do it. I'll leave it at that. We could talk more in depth about that on Thursday if you want, because that could be a whole different discussion. But anyway,
disappointment. He didn't have the sword.
He didn't have a sword.
I was only upset about that, and I swore, my second time looking at the movie, I was trying my best to look at everything he had up on the wall. But I just kept missing it. I was like, did he have it up there? He just chose the knife. But I was like, all right, whatever.
The smaller knife. Listen, if Chase is gonna talk about his guy, I'm gonna talk about my guy. They brought in motherfucking Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Yo.
Listen.
And the fact that Ryan Reynolds couldn't understand a word he said was killing me the whole fucking time. I was fucking dying. I was like, this guy, he can't understand a word he's saying. I was fucking rolling, bro. But
it's been a while since
I've seen Chase.
I was just gonna say, shout out Channing Tatum, man. Excellent job, bro.
Let me wait. If this is, god damn it, you're gonna talk about Blade. I'm gonna say this right now, Marvel, you fucked up, because now that I've seen how cool you can make an on-screen Gambit, I need another one as soon as possible. Yeah. I don't even care if it's Channing Tatum or not, but I saw motherfucking cards exploding in people. I saw a staff exploding in people, and I need that shit again. I need that shit again.
He played the role really cool. He played the role like when he's on the floor during a big fight, he's putting the cards on everybody. He stood up and he was just like, boom. I was like,
that's how I was like, you could have done this the whole time, Marvel. You could have done this shit. I mean, albeit they just got the rights back. But...
I was hoping for a 52 card pickup though.
He did the 52 card pickup. He did the fucking the whole expanding of the comic book.
He didn't give it to everybody.
He didn't give it to everybody, but you did get the 52. He did do the 52.
But I do have to.
You
I do
skipped
have
the part.
to.
Where's X-23, baby? Come on, man.
No. I was gonna circle back to her. But what I was just gonna. We can talk about X-23, but I just want to say one last thing. I think it's really cool that a long time ago, Channing Tatum was actually in discussion to do Gambit in the Fox universe, and now it all came full circle for him to do it here, even if it's just going to be a one-time thing, which it is going to be.
But you understand why he was talking the way he was talking. Though,
yes.
He never did anything
because he never.
I felt like I was born here.
Exactly.
Your project never got off the ground.
Your project never got off the ground.
I'm gonna make a name for myself.
I thought that was a cool full circle moment that they did right there, because that was an original pitch from back in the day that never came to light, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to talk about Leo's baby. X-23. Even though they spoiled her early in the trailers, I still thought it was cool to see Daphne Keane back in there and fighting. And she played an important role because of what she did to Juggernaut.
And she put on the glasses.
And she put on the glasses.
She still had them damn glasses from the game.
And she, Marvel, do it. Just do it. Give her X-23, lock her up now. 10-year deal.
I wouldn't be.
That's it.
She's at the right age. She's at the right age, right time.
Now, like what? 10 years?
Yeah, but I mean,
like 2 movies.
So at this point, Secret Wars is probably how far off?
27, they said.
Yeah,
27 is the rumor right now. 27 is the rumor right now.
I'm curious to see if they've actually, in order for her to pick up, they'd have to include her in everything that's going forward. I don't know if thought that far ahead.
So how the movie ended.
Well, but if this is really going to be like one of those things that after, well, I don't know. It depends on how involved X-Men are with Secret Wars type of thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
you know,
and then on top of that, I just at this point, we may not get full movies of Hugh Jackman, but at this point, I don't think he's going to go away.
I doubt it.
But I think you're going to still see, clips and him popping in and out of stories, especially if now that it's mutant world and whatnot. Like,
I personally think this timeline works out in such a way that you can use Hugh Jackman. I think his last movie will probably end up being Secret Wars. That's just my personal opinion. I think he'll leave after Secret Wars, where he'll get to be on screen with RDJ, Tom Holland, probably, all the Spider-Man variant, all that bullshit. They'll have everybody on screen together. And then at that point, once Marvel transitioned into their new X-Men era, I think you could pick up with an X-23 and it would kind of be seamless because you've already introduced her. You can, at that point, think about it. If you wait till Secret Wars and she's your Wolverine / X-23 moving forward, that only puts her at 24 years old. She's still a kid at that point. You know what I'm saying? She's young enough to play that role for another however many years you want her.
And you also got to realize one thing: Wolverine was never young in the X-Men.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, look,
he was already 100-something years old.
But like back to that van, I think that was like a really deep part of Hugh Jackman, like laying into him the way he did. I was like, damn, bro, tell him how you really feel. Say it with your chest.
Bro, that scene, I actually was like, oh damn, I feel bad for Deadpool right now.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And then he just looks over and goes, "We're fighting now."
No, yeah, I'm gonna fight you now.
I'm gonna fight you now. I was like, this guy, he just takes nothing seriously ever. I was like, all right. And then like he tied him up in the seatbelt. Like, I was like, what
but look, for it to end that way, for him to end up like the best he could do was I'm gonna tie you up in the seatbelt and I'm gonna lay down and go to sleep now. Like, I think that was I liked the way that fight ended.
And all the stuff that was in that cave too, when they presented all the other characters, all the cameos.
Mm-hmm.
You had the fucking the Thor Ragnarok bed in there. You had a Incredible Hulk's bed in there.
Yeah, the Hulk's bed.
Mm-hmm.
There was Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, product placement.
Wait, they also spoke about different variants of characters that already died in the void. They mentioned the Punisher, and Deadpool cracked the joke of, well, which one? There's been 5. And then they mentioned, one of the most low-key funny parts that I had to go back and think about when somebody posted it was they were Deadpool's looking at Jennifer Garner's Elektra and goes, "Oh, Daredevil died," and she was like, "Yeah, it's okay," because her and Ben Affleck divorced in real life. She was like, "Oh, it's okay." I was like, "That's fucking hilarious, low-key." They did that shit. Who else did they mentioned? They mentioned Deadpool, Doctor Strange, a variant of Doctor Strange died in there. I was like, Magneto died in there. I was like, oh shit.
Couple of Chucks.
Yep.
Oh, we got Magneto in here? Yes! We have hope!
He's dead.
Fuck! His helmet got to be around here somewhere. She melted that too. Shit!
Right after she killed him.
Melted it down.
Yeah, I can see him being Blade again.
You think so? Oh, we're gonna talk about that though. Let's talk about it Thursday. Think
about the damn thing. All right. So they move on. They get in the van.
They move. They move on. They get in the van. They go. Are we talking about where they go to fight Cassandra Nova at this point? Is that where we're going to? I just want to do a quick. So first off, Nicepool was tremendously cringy, but kind of funny.
Nicepool. I love Nicepool.
And also Dogpool was hilarious.
Oh yes.
I just love that Ryan Reynolds was so enamored with the dog. He was sitting there letting the dog like make out with him the whole fucking scene.
Licking him all into the mouth. I was like, oh,
dude, that was some WPS shit, boy.
Was like 6 inches long. I was like, what is?
Oh, Peter's definitely coming for him.
Peter. Dude, they said that the dog is like at a natural G spot. Everywhere you touch her, is squished.
She'll let you know.
She'll let you
know.
God. So they go back. They go back to fight Cassandra Nova back at her base after they find all the other people left in all the cameos that we saw. A really cool fight scene. I gotta give them props. That fight scene was pretty good too. The one where they had everybody fighting each other. And that's what I was saying before. They gave everybody a little moment to shine. Like even Jennifer Garner's Elektra had a little moment where she shined. Blade had the callback to when he shot somebody in the Blade movie where they did the stop and shoot. I was like, oh shit, they did that shit too. Like what the fuck,
dude? The sword flip.
The sword flip. Yeah. They gave everybody like a little more. And the X-23 took down Juggernaut. I was like, oh, what the fuck, man? Like, everybody had a little time to shine. That shit was she fucking ripped his Achilles. I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I was clean, boy.
Yo, she stopped him and sliced both Achilles. I was like, oh, shit.
My man just had to fall forward over his feet on the ground. I was like, damn.
Dude, the problem is that what she said is she was like, she's a smaller, meaner version of you.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
True.
But dude, the one thing that I didn't like is that when she cut off his Achilles and she was running to him and she paused on the other side and jumped right at him, I wanted to see that.
Oh, you wanted to see her do that? Okay, I see.
I wanted to see her how they got the helmet. Give me that in the extra credit scenes, or maybe. Give me that in the when you do the box set or whatever you guys do, or the extra edition on Disney Plus. Give me that scene, please. I need to know how she got that helmet off. Because me knowing her, she yanked that shit right off his head after she chopped it off. Because that looks sick.
And then I thought it was kind of, thinking back on it now, I didn't really get a chance to ponder on this point until now, but like, when they actually had when Cassandra Nova went into Wolverine's head and she started seeing all the old X-Men stuff and all this, that, and the other thing, I was like, okay, cool. We're basically saying RIP to the old Fox X-Men. I got what they were doing there, the symbolic, you know what I'm saying? Like I understood. Yeah. But then at that point, X-23 brings up the helmet and while she's in Wolverine's head, they put the helmet on her and Wolverine and like Deadpool gets her, not Wolverine. Deadpool got her, right? Deadpool got her. And I was like, oh, it didn't seem like they were going to finish the job. I was like, all right, it seems like it's a little off. I knew there was still time in the movie. They have a whole dialogue back and forth. Bro, the fact that she had the sling ring and she said like, oh, there was like a level 1 magician down here and I just had to kill. I was like, are you talking about Doctor Strange? What's down here?
And she said she wore skin for a week.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, man? What'd you do to Doctor Strange? God damn it.
She did something strange.
And that Doctor Strange had 2 Infinity Stones. If you look at that sling ring, he had 2 stones.
And the Reality Stone.
So I was like, how strong is this chick that she did this shit?
She's that strong.
She's that strong, apparently.
And especially
like,
in the void,
bro.
she gets a power boost in the void.
There you go. So I was like, I thought that was kind of cool. They did that, and I was like, all right. And then obviously she sends Wolverine and Deadpool to. I forget like where she fucking threw them to be completely honest.
She went back to his universe.
Was it back to his universe at that point in time? That's where it was. Back to his universe. That's right. Sends them back to the universe. They get sent out by Liefeld's shoes and all that bullshit that goes on down there. I was like, oh god,
so many good callbacks.
All right, I'm not gonna harp on that scene too long because a lot happened, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. This scene kind of took me a little bit out of the movie until the epicness happened, if that makes sense to you guys. Until the epicness happened, I was kind of taken aback by that whole scene, including all the Deadpool variants. I was kind of like, whatever. I didn't really care for it too much, to be honest with you. Just being completely honest with you. I was taken out, and then once I saw Hugh Jackman do this shit right here, I was like, oh, shit.
My man pulled out a cowl out of nowhere. He's a magician.
He's a magician, and I know at that point I looked over at Leo and I was like, "Leo, keep that bucket, keep that bucket where I can see it.
Keep your hands high, keep your hands high, brother."
Oh my god! When I saw the fucking cowl on him, he said that I only put this on when I had to kill people.
When Deadpool goes, you saved that for special occasions? Really just killing. I was like, oh, well, okay.
And then he tells him, oh, I get to kill 100 of you? I get to kill a lot of you? Oh, this is going to be great. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Again, I'm not trying to be a hater by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know what it was. The whole fight scene just kind of took me out a little bit. I was like, it wasn't the epicness I was expecting it to be. I thought it was cool. By the way, I just want to give a quick little thing because it does turn out that Blake Lively did play Lady Deadpool. She just didn't take her mask off for whatever reason. And Ryan Reynolds' kids were playing Kid Pool and Baby Pool. I was like, oh, that's really cool that he had his whole family in the movie. I was like, that's dope.
So everybody getting paid.
Everybody getting paid.
You talk about James Gunn fucking type of shit. There you go.
Oh, for real. He really did it.
Yeah. Not only do they get paid, but now they're in the union.
Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, that was dope. So, and apparently some people are saying that Matthew McConaughey was Cowboy Deadpool, but he was just the voice. They didn't do anything with him.
No, I think he was just the voice. I think Blake was just the voice too. I don't know if he was physically in the thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, but either way, they used the voice. I thought that was pretty cool that they used a bunch of big names. You know what I'm saying? Like big names like that. So that's dope.
Yeah. The same thing that they did with what's his name in Deadpool 2. They only gave him like a 3-second thing. Brad Pitt.
Brad?
Yeah. Like basically the same thing, but everybody else had speaking roles. Everybody else was a filler. And I also loved, I forgot to mention this, I also loved the joke that they had with it. Deadpool in the Fox universe had a camel toe all the time.
God almighty. Oh, God.
And did you see Peter come out of the goddamn portal with the camel toe?
Yo, that shit was crazy.
No.
The fact that all the Deadpools were like crowding around Peter, like, oh, Peter! I was like, oh god, this is fucking crazy. We were right back to like Ryan Reynolds' ridiculousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was cool. It was cool. I got it. I do have to say, Paradox throughout the whole thing, I was just kind of like, whatever. Like, Paradox was fine, but like, I get why they did it. But I was like, it's kind of stupid, but I get it. You know. And then obviously we end up with the ending of the movie where Cassandra Nova, comes back and confronts Paradox about everything that he's done and like trying to kill her via what's his face, Pyro and all that shit. And she comes back and she tries to take, I forget the name of the machine that Paradox had that he was
Time Ripper.
The Time Ripper. Thank you.
Yes.
He was trying to get the Time Ripper and all that and activate it in this world and I don't know, whatever. Cassandra Nova tries to take it. And use it for her own. She's trying to rip the universe apart. Apparently, all the timelines and all that shit, which that makes sense. Bring them all to the void. Yeah, it makes sense. Made sense from a. I got it at that point. And then we get to Deadpool and Wolverine saving the goddamn day in the only way that they could in a buddy movie. By the way, Hugh Jackman, please never take your shirt off in a movie again, sir, because you made me want to go back to the goddamn gym.
Yo,
I mean, he said it.
There's something wrong with him.
He's crazy. He's crazy, bro. I can't even.
Something wrong with you. When Deadpool did this,
he did that. Yeah. He did that.
He was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, shit.
I do have to say, at the time of watching it, when they had Deadpool put his hand in the machine and take the parts out, and then Wolverine showed up, at first I was kind of like, okay, so he's going to grab it too, but then they had him use the claws. At first I was kind of like, I didn't like it, and then I thought about it, and I was like, no, I kind of like it. I kind of like they did it that way.
It's metal, it conducts.
Because it's metal, it conducts. So I was like, okay, it makes sense. I was like, all right, cool. I got it. Good. I loved how they walked out afterwards. Everybody thought that they died, and they just walked out like, nope, we're good. Here we are. When you put Deadpool and Wolverine together.
Yeah, understand that he came out, he was like, he has risen.
Oh no! Then he calls fucking Wolverine oily tits. Hey, oily tits, put on a damn shirt, and he throws the shirt at him.
Oh god, man.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Oh, and the flirting going on with Peter and what was it, the lady that we told B-15?
B-15.
He wear the hellish shit out of that suit. I was like, God damn, go ahead. I know you want him, but shit.
I really, really loved all of Deadpool's business. When Elias first showed, when they first said Elias, I was like, Elias? From Loki season 1, episode 5. I was like,
from Loki season 1, episode. That shit was fucking crazy.
I was like, you send them over there, buddy. You send them.
Yeah, I mean, like, all right, let's so we'll do this. Post-credit scene, hilarious. Obviously, didn't tie into any major parts of the MCU.
It doesn't need to. Deadpool
doesn't need to. But for those of you, again, we're full spoilers here. But like the post-credit scene, basically, if you watch the movie, when Chris Evans was ripped apart by Cassandra Nova, she took his skin off. But Deadpool did this whole thing where he basically like said that. That he called her a bunch of names and a whole bunch of funny lines, and they tied back to it in the post-credit scene, and then you actually see like video of Chris Evans saying all these things that only Deadpool would really say about Cassandra Nova. So everything that Deadpool said was accurate. That got his skin ripped off in the first place. It was hilarious. You had to watch it.
You don't say.
Oh god, I thought that shit was funny. All right, so let's just end it here because I know
Dogpool over there.
We got Dogpool. Dogpool's in here. So let's just leave it here. Let's do the usual man cave thing. We usually do things on a scale of 1 to 10. Let's go around. What would you give the movie after? I know you guys have watched it more than I have, but just initial ratings 1 to 10. What would you give this movie as an MCU movie? Whatever you want to say. I'll let whoever wants to go first go first.
10, goddammit. 10 from start to fucking finish. 10. 10 fucking 10.1 if you fucking like it.
It wasn't perfect. I'd say it was a solid 9 for me. Okay. I understand the characters. I understand Deadpool more than anything. It's a solid 9.
A solid 9? Okay. All right. Chase, what do you think? 1 to 10. I know you're not the biggest Deadpool guy, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I've never been a Deadpool guy. This movie was absolutely great. I'm gonna say 8.5, but I'm gonna have to stretch this to a 9 because he included Blade, man.
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna have to give him a 9 with Blade because there's a lot of stuff I expected in this movie. I did not expect to see him.
Yeah, that's fair. They did keep it pretty secret up until like that was kind of a surprise. Like the theater popped when he showed up.
They must have filmed that. Like,
I thought it was Sticky Fingers, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was sticky, bro.
Yep. I will say. Initially, when I left the theater, I think I went to over-criticize mode, and I was like, the plot, blah, blah, blah. I want to go back and watch it again, because I know there's shit from people laughing, including myself, that I missed throughout the movie, and I'm sure there's stuff that I missed. My initial thought was like a 7, and then I was like, it was an 8. It was really good. I enjoyed my time. Same shit I expect. I knew it was going to be a good time. I knew I was going to leave the theater at least entertained. It was going to be funny. I had a good time. I want to rewatch it. It might move up for me, but for now, I'm going to say 8. I had a really good time. It's a really good Marvel movie. It's not for the kids. It's for us. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool. It was cool. And I will, normally I'll say, I won't watch that again if I don't like something. I will rewatch this a couple of times, for sure. Yeah. There's no way I won't. So,
and that's something else that I definitely want to say. Like, this movie was for us, literally. Like, if you are a comic book collector, if you're a comic book enthusiast, superhero head, this movie was for you. That's what this movie was. It wasn't about the audience. It wasn't about general audiences. And this movie was for those of us that have like been in this game forever, love all the characters, love them to see them like as they're supposed to be, the authenticity of them. That's what this movie was about.
For sure.
You ain't trying to get no Oscars off of this. It's
Yeah.
pure entertainment for the people.
I do want to also just say before we Leo, Jeff, something to say. Go ahead. I feel like you were going to say something.
Hugh deserves an Oscar for that goddamn 6-pack.
6-pack.
It's funny that you say that.
The fuck he had.
I was actually about to say, I just want to really give, again, I know I gave flowers earlier. Both Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds did a great job in this movie themselves. The acting was their chemistry on screen. I do want to say, I thought a lot of people said Hugh Jackman overshadowed Ryan Reynolds in this movie. I do think I appreciated Hugh Jackman's performance a little bit more because of how he was able to be funny and serious in the same movie, and it was still so believable both times. I was like, Hugh Jackman's just a phenomenal actor. I got to give him kudos. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's going to take up the mantle of the claws. I hope they don't. But if they do, the shoes just became bigger to fill if you ever have to do it. Good luck. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't
think I necessarily. I know people said that. I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that when you do this type of thing, this is what they call a buddy movie. Mm-hmm. When you do these types of movies, one character has to do his job, and Hugh Jackman's character has to carry the straight-laced part of it so that Ryan Reynolds can just act a fool the entire fucking movie.
That's true too.
You know what I mean? Like he brings it back to reality when after, the slapstick of Deadpool goes off into space and whatnot. But at the end of the day, for me, believe it, coming from a dude who's not a Deadpool fan, like Deadpool was a complete star of this fucking movie.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Like that's the complete star of this movie is Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. End of story.
And you talk about a person that has made every Marvel fan, Wolverine fans' dreams come true. We got Old Man Logan in the Fox universe. They did that right by bringing out X-23, and that whole storyline was perfect. And then you have Deadpool, the least obvious character that you'll never thought that he'll be wearing a cowl, and he wore it there. And Hugh Jackman did his acting phenomenally when he was talking to X-23, when he was talking about Wade's girlfriend in past life. And the way he was digging into him, I was like, God damn, okay. And then all the other scenes where they started bringing him back, when the man hopped out of the fucking Honda Odyssey in the back of the trunk, half drunk. I was like,
he was in the bag. He was in the bag.
He was like, I'm not gonna miss you guys. I'm not gonna let you guys go by yourself. I'm gonna go sleep in the back and try to sleep this alcohol off while all you guys are driving around doing all this crazy shit.
Oh God! Yeah.
But dude, it made me respect more Honda Odysseys than anything else. You guys get my vote because that car took a fuck lot of build.
It's a solid car.
That shit's solid.
As he says, Honda Odyssey fucks hard.
Honda Odyssey fucks hard. Oh
God! One funny scene when they fell out of the sky, Hugh and him. That felt like a fucking Hyundai.
It felt like a Hyundai.
It felt like a fucking Hyundai.
It was a Kia. It was a Kia.
Oh, a Kia. It felt like a Kia. I was like, shit. God damn, man.
Terrible, my dude.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, but to me, as a comic book head, me loving Wolverine and me liking Deadpool too, it was all that I wanted. For the last 20 some odd years.
It was about damn time.
It was about time. About time. All in all, good time, good movie. Definitely gonna see it again. I'm sure we're gonna watch it each umpteen times. Like when the shit comes on Disney Plus, I'm sure it will be played and played and played and played.
I can honestly tell you that I have not watched a Disney movie again recently. I went to see this in theaters twice already. Yeah, when this comes out, this is gonna become constantly being played.
Yeah.
Oh God!
I need the posters. I got to put them in the poster bank.
There you go. Oh man. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our Deadpool and Wolverine spoiler talk. We're gonna be doing more. If you guys want to join us this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Man Cave 101 podcast. We're gonna be doing more talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm sure we're gonna be doing some San Diego Comic-Con talk, a whole bunch of different stuff. We hope you guys enjoyed the movie as much as we did. I know there's been a couple of, I've seen a little bit of both sides, and I get it. But all in all, I think if you were a Deadpool fan, you were surprised. If you had a good time, if you were a Wolverine fan, I think you had a good time. Let's give it up for Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. They did a phenomenal job. It was great. It was awesome. And yeah, we hope to catch you guys on Thursday. Hope you enjoyed our review. We can't wait to talk to you guys more about the movie live on Thursday. Yeah, until next time. I still need to know why Thor was crying. I need to find that out. If I don't,
he was holding me.
He's holding me. Oh God! All right. Until next time. Peace, folks.
Where's my popcorn?